Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Mindy and this is episode 121 of the Battleship Brawl Season 3 tournament. In this episode we've got a league battle between the X-36 by the FOD and the Imperator 2 by FRM4. And I think this is going to be a very interesting battle. These are two very nice looking ships. They're going to be duking it out. So let's go ahead and get it started, get it underway, and see what happens here. What's going on? Come on, start. There we go. Though it is important to note that the Imperator 2 is at 4.5 lives. If it wins this battle, it will be entering the Hall of Champions. It's first of all, it looks like it may, oof. Nope, it landed squarely and blew one of those turrets straight off the X-36. I was about to say it looks like it may miss, so of course it didn't. X-36 down to 97%, Imperator 2 97%. Both vessels doing about equal amounts of damage to one another so far. X-36 getting into a bit of a chasing engagement with the Imperator 2 here. Which, if I remember correctly, the FOD mentioned on the forums that the nose... Ooh, it's getting pretty hammered there. This nose piece right here is like basically solid stone. Yeah, you can see it. So a chasing engagement is actually probably not a bad idea for this thing. Oh, except when the shells land right on the turret and knock that out. I think that was actually ricocheted and then detonated with timed fuse and blew that turret apart. Oh, and now that other main gun just got showered on with cram shells, leaving only this one little secondary all on its own, fighting against the Imperator 2. Not a good situation for the X-36. Excuse me. The X-36 is a very, like, other than its turrets seem to have a rather bad habit of getting blown up, case in point. Because it now has no functional weapons. But the hull of the X-36 is remarkably durable. It can take a beating. But if you can't keep your guns alive, it doesn't really matter how strong your hull is, because you can't win without offense. Yeah, it looks like it's got a whole bunch of sloping, and oh, it's got heavy armor reinforcements on the inside. A lot of stone, sloped blocks. Oh, it looks like it may have gotten too low in the water. It is actually earning disqualification time. Even though it's not quite sinking, the vast majority of the ship is indeed under the water. It seems to have gotten back up enough to where it is no longer earning disqualification time. But if it's having that much buoyancy issue as it is, if it keeps taking hits like this, yep, it seems to be... Well, no, it doesn't seem to be going down, but the engines have come... The propellers are offline. It has lost its fuel or engines or something, where it is no longer maneuvering, and that may cause it to sink. Well, no, if anything, that would probably with the slopes that this has, it would probably cause it to go upward. Like it was probably getting pushed downward by the drag, not upward. Or at least that's what I would expect. I could be entirely wrong, because of how FTD handles that sort of stuff, but... Yep. The X-36 is just a big block of durable target practice for the Imperator 2. Well, looks like the Imperator managed to earn itself some disqualification time as well. Probably when the X-36 stopped, it had to come about and get back in range. Oh, and that is it. The X-36 is 2 damaged and despawning. So that is a victory for the Imperator 2, and congratulations are due, as that gives it 5 lives, and it will be entering the Hall of Champions. And honestly, it deserves it. It is a powerful, powerful vessel. Lots of weapons, good looking, very fast and maneuverable. Oh, it's pushing itself under the water a little bit there, and it's at 100% health. Might be a recoil from the guns causing that, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to do a quick cut here so we can take a look at this this beauty of a vessel. Okay, folks, so here we are. This is the Imperator 2 by Faram 4. Quite a good-looking vessel. I really like this ship, both aesthetically and mechanically. But I don't know why I did that. So anyway, as you can see, going straight line, 21.9. Hard line. It just sits there at 21.9. It is as fast as you can get, really, without breaking the speed limit. Like, I mean, you could go to 22.0 and I'd allow that, but then if it flickered to 22.1 even briefly, yeah. So this thing is fast. It is as fast as this tournament will allow things to be, more or less. And then when you get to the turning, like, okay, yeah, that jolt is pretty jarring. I mean, yeah, it goes faster in the turn, but that's fine. It's not a super huge amount, and it's got a nice smooth turn. Like, like, it's a tight turn too, but there have been ships with much jerkier turns than this. So this is most definitely fine. It's right up to the edge of the rules on the speed, which, I mean, can't fault somebody for, you know, squeezing out every bit of efficiency they can, right? So yeah, that's the speed and maneuverability portion of this look into the vessel. Oh, wrong button. Okay, build mode. Let's take a look at these guns. 1771mm with a 13.7 second reload time. 1832 on the middle. Yeah, I remember seeing something in the forum about on these main guns that it was accidentally somewhere in the Tetrising, two gauge increasers touched each other or something, and so these turrets they don't have equal barrels. But hey, it worked. It was more than enough to get into the Hall of Champions here. We've got some 1320 secondaries here. But these are explosive focused. These don't even have any hardening materials. I didn't look at the hardening for these. Excuse me. 6535. Explosive to hardening. Yeah, so that's it's a decently powerful kinetic shell with a good amount of explosives. That's also fully crammed, but yeah. Anyway, I think are these guns here different? 1320. That's what this was too, right? If I remember right. Yeah, 1320. So all the secondaries are the same. Even though, to me, for some reason, it feels like these ones that are centerline are bigger. I guess it's because they're mounted up. I don't know. They feel bigger. Yep, and it's just the same arrangement on the aft. I'll pull one of the main guns off to take a look at the Tetrising here in a minute. First, let's take a look at the armor. So it's got a heavy armor square corner, then a downslope metal alloy. So this actually has quite a bit of alloy. Like right here, it's got, looks like 4 layers of 5. Oh no, that's 6 layers of alloy. 5 of it being straight beams, and then 2 metal behind that, and then stone backing that, and then heavy armor. Yeah, that is some thick armor right there. That bulge armor is really thick. And with a lot of it being alloy, no wonder this thing is fast. It's going to be light because it's made of so much alloy. And a lot of buoyancy here. See, this is the sort of thing. I've been discussing some rules changes for Season 4, and one of the things that I've been considering, don't know if it's going to happen yet or not, is the banning and/or restriction of wood. Because it's so cheap, and it basically makes ships unsinkable to just build them wood. But this setup with the alloy, because what I would do if I do ban wood is I would increase the materials limit a bit, so that if you wanted to make a ship be, you know, rather difficult to sink, you could use alloy, which is exactly what Faram 4 did here. It's like I don't mind ships being difficult to sink, but I do mind that it's a no-brainer decision to just build it out of wood if you want to do that, because wood is so cheap. So I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of discussion going on with that, so we'll see what happens in that department. But yeah, the armor on this is, well, some of it is spaced. Like there's some space in here, but that's still good. That's excuse me. The armor is, for how fast and maneuverable the ship is, this armor is surprisingly thick. It is surprisingly heavy. No wonder this thing just kind of bulldozed its way through the competition straight into the Hall of Champions. This thing is impressive in its armor scheme and its size. It's not very large. It's not super wide, not super long, which, you know, helps it get that speed going. And it still mounts a sizable, powerful armament. Like this is an extremely good vessel for M4. Like, I mean, I don't expect anything less from you, because I mean, it's just, yeah. But here we've got the internal propellers again. We saw that on what was it? The Battleship Tsushima, I think is what it was called. And got internal rudders as well. Which, I mean, it's a little bit on the cheesy. Oh wow, tons of rudders in here. That's definitely on the cheesy side, but it's not against the rules. It's just, you know, it's just one of those FTD things that works when it shouldn't. It's like there's no way that these propellers should be getting thrust when they're completely encased. But, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, the next thing to do would be I'm going to grab one of these main guns, save it as a sub-object, and then we're going to come over here and load up my goofy little weapon test platform. Oh, I was sitting here waiting for it to load, and it was... duh. Okay. That turret's actually a lot bigger than it looks when it's mounted on the ship. Oh, what was the material cost there? 25,678. Okay, part of that size thing there is... The thing is not... I can't tell where the bottom actually is. There we go. The what do you call that? Blueprint, I guess, was bugged out and way too big. Okay, so let's take a look at this guy. Got some heavy armor around the neck, keep it from popping off as easily. on the top as well, surrounded in metal. How many layers of metal is that? Is it just a single layer? Yep, just a single layer of metal. Okay. Let's head and clear the barrels. Alright. Let's see what kind of damage numbers these things have. No, not that one. Okay, well, I screwed that up. Apparently the outer two ones have a fuse on them that makes hitting caps lock not work. So we'll take a look at this one. 49.92 armor pierce, 8,400 kinetic damage, 15.5k explosive, with a time after impact of 0.07. So let's see, what's the muzzle velocity? 178 meters per second. So that's probably, I'm gonna math that. 178 times 0.07. That's 12 meters of penetration. That's some pretty. As long as I didn't screw my math up, those guns are set to penetrate through 12 meters of stuff before detonating. It's gonna be a little bit hard to go through 12 meters of stuff with only 8,000 kinetic damage, but that's what the fuse is set for, which is probably a good amount. So yeah, okay. Oh wait, I want to take a look at the Tetrising inside. That's the last thing we'll take a look at here. It's a little difficult to see because of the. Well, you know what? It's a little difficult to see because of the armor on the outside here, but guess what? I can just delete that. Not going to delete all of it, but enough to get a good insight of what's going on in here. Got explosive connections with 3 and 4 connectors. Wonder why you didn't just probably didn't have the materials to make this one a 4 connector as well, because you could easily just plop a a thing there and bam, now this has 4 connections. But it may have been too expensive to do that, and then you wouldn't have had the armor. So that would be the downside of changing that. But yeah, you got a lot of 4-way connections in the Tetrising here. Let's see if that continues on the inside. Yep, it looks like it was. Well, this one's only got 3, but oh wait, no, it's got. Never mind. It's got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's got top, bottom, and then front, left, right from this orientation. Well, I mean, that would technically be back, left, right, but whatever. You know what I mean. So it's got 5 connections on that explosive pellet, which is extremely good. Got 6 on this one. So yeah, this gun is very well Tetrised out. Very efficiently built. I mean, that's a tri-barrel cannon in a. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 by 11, I'm guessing. Let's check this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. Oh, no. It's an 11 by 9, it seems. Or 9 by 11, whichever way you want to say it. It's longer than it is wide. That's interesting. This is an extremely well put together gun that even has armor. I mean, the armor is not going to do a whole lot with it just being 1 layer of metal. And these heavy armor pieces, how much? These square corners have 1,000 health, so they only take about probably about 10,000 explosive damage to destroy. If you can get to all 4 blocks, which you can't, you can only get to 3, but Well, on this one you can get to all 4 with a single explosion. So yeah, like it's definitely gonna stop anything. Like say if a shell landed out here or something, and I don't know. Well, then you'd have. Oh wait, no, because these blocks don't count for the line of sight detection for immunity because they're on the turret. So if a shell like detonated, like say out here on the hull, that armor would help prevent some damage, but like honestly, taking a direct hit from a cram shell, you're not going to stop it with a single layer of anything. Even just a pure HE shell, the kinetic damage of most. Well, I mean, okay, a single layer of actual heavy armor beams, like a 4-meter beam, with its 6,000 health, could stop a direct hit from a cram shell. But that's expensive and heavy. Literally costs twice as much as the, no, 4 times as much as the blocks for 4 used for the armoring here. So yeah, that's, that would be why that, plus they're heavier. But with the update that's supposed to come out sometime, a lot of these blocks, I don't think the heavy armor blocks are getting buffed in their stats, but I believe they are being made cheaper. By how much, I'm not sure, but they'll be a little bit cheaper. And then all the other structural blocks are getting buffs to their hit points and AC and stuff. You'll have to find that information on the forums. I don't remember exact. It's like, don't quote me on anything because I don't know how those discussions have gone since I last heard about it. But that was the plan as far as I know. Anyway, so you know the drill, folks. Gonna leave some comments whether or not to induct this vessel into the Hall of Beauty. Upvote the one you agree with. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.